Hi, my name is Eric Gibbons, and I'm an artist, teacher, and author, and this is my book, If Picasso Went to the Sea. I worked on this with about 40 other art teachers from all over the world. Each art teacher took an artist from history and combined that with an animal to create an illustration that helps teach about the artist, but also about the animal. We used a technique called alliteration, where we take the name of the artist and the name of the animal and put them together. So the cover is a Picasso porpoise. All the animals will be alliterations of the artists in this book. So I'll read the first one to you here. This is a painting that I did in the style of Picasso, and actually it's a painting and a collage, so it's kind of a mix. If Pablo Picasso went to the sea, is this the painting that he'd make for me? This ain't no fish. It's called a porpoise. Cousin to dolphins, they all sing in chorus. Social by nature, they swim with their friends. Migrating with fish, the fun never ends. This picture you see is called a collage. Cutting and pasting, it is no mirage. Pablo and Brock invented this style. We hope that this mammal does bring you a smile. Now, in the bottom of each image in the book, I have a little seashell, and the color of the seashell tells you if the animal is thriving, threatened, endangered, or extinct. This one has two different colors, so some porpoises are threatened and some are endangered. This next painting is by Chris Hodge, an art teacher friend of mine, and it's in the style of Edward Hopper. If Edward Hopper went to the sea, is this the painting he'd make for me? He was a painter and printmaker too. He painted all things with a realist view. H is for Horseshoe Crab and also for Hopper. Made into Night Watch, it's done very proper. This crab is so special, a living fossil, not scary at all. He is very docile. Go to the beach, perhaps you will see him, or visit a natural history museum. This next image is a sculpture, and it's by Lorraine Poling. She did it in the style of Louise Nevelson. If Louise Nevelson went to the sea, is this the sculpture that she'd make for me? Ukrainian artist, sculpted with wood, scraps that she found in boxes and glued. Can you see the narwhals, Jim, June, and Ned? They've screws for their horns and wood for their head. The horn on a narwhal is really a tusk. They hunt for cod and from dawn until dusk. Narwhals are threatened and hunted by men. If we care for them, they will thrive again. If Henri Matisse went to the sea, is this the collage that he'd make for me? Henri could paint and draw and cut out all of the things he was thinking about. Art's more than paintin' to an artful creator. This manatee's made from cut and paste paper. They are endangered with so precious few. Isn't there something that we can do? Let's learn about them and their situation and find ways to help and promote conservation. This was a collage created by Julia Kenya, and obviously in the style of Henri Matisse. The next image is embroidery. It was done by Marie Elkin, but it's in the style of Mary May Morris. If Mary May Morris went to the sea, is this the embroidery she'd sew for me? A talented family, many reached fame. Her dad was real famous, Will Morris, his name. She loved to sew and make art with a pin, flowing designs with her unique spin. Man-o'-war jelly is made like she might. Dangerous creature, though they do not fight. They float on the water with a venomous tail and a bubble up top that acts like a sail. This is a piece of origami, and it's one that I folded for the book. But I looked up this artist's work and found the directions on how to fold his fish. So his name is Yoshikawa Akira. If Yoshikawa Akira went to the sea, is this the fish that he'd fold for me? This man of Japan made art from rice paper. He was the master, there was no one greater. He used origami to teach people math, but art had become the goal of his path. Upon this fish's head he carries a dangler, luring in prey. It's the job of the angler. Found deep below with pressure above, he has a face only a mother could love. You might recognize this famous artist or the style. That would be Frida Kahlo. This one was done by Viviana Acuna Francisco. She's an art teacher as well. If Frida Kahlo went to the sea, is this the painting she'd make for me? This Mexican lady painted her face, dreamlike and haunting, a surreal space. The krill on her shoulders give her a kiss, while she stares ahead as if nothing's amiss. Krill are quite tiny, crustaceans, you know, food for the whales away deep below, and krill eat the plankton, smaller than sand. The circle of life is ever so grand. The last image is another sculpture. This one is by Marie Elson, and it's in the style of Marisol Escobar. If Marisol Escobar went to the sea, is this the sculpture she'd make for me? Some artists so famous are known by one name. Picasso, Matisse, Marisol had such fame. This Latin lady assembled her art. Wood and some patterns and paint were her start. She'd put them together like this marlin fish to make it pop art, for that was her wish. Marlins can swim as fast as a car. Hunters like sharks, but faster by far. I hope you enjoyed that. We have lots more in the book, and I have that in the description. However, let's think about what you might want to do next. You're an artist too. Maybe you can look up an artist from history and do a drawing or painting or sculpture in their style, maybe of a sea creature. Or maybe show off your own style and do a drawing, painting, or sculpture of an animal that you just think is awesome. And if you like writing, maybe you could do some poetry. Maybe write a poem about a sea creature that you think is just wonderful and people need to learn more about. Whatever you do, stay creative, and thank you for watching.